David Crowder, Mandisa, and maybe you if you're singing along. What a great little duet there at 7:23 on a, let's see, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's Friday.
Yeah.
Happy Friday, everybody. You've almost made it to the weekend. We're so excited. There is there's a lot. There's a Mennonite relief sale going on at the Elkhart County Fairgrounds.
It's a busy weekend.
There's the Gaither Vocal Band concert in the Morris. Still great tickets available. I'll be there. Vinci and I from the afternoon show, we're going to MC.
The Ken Miedema thing, I believe, this weekend as well.
Yep. There's some classic, amazing Christian piano playing. It's just a lot of stuff going on. You can find it at WFRN.com. And one of our favorite events, before we even get to the weekend, it's a Friday morning for Triple P Parenting with Trisha Lightfoot. Trisha, good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm great. How about you guys?
Yeah.
We're just doing great. A lot of cool things come back from getting into the normal flow of the school year, and one of those is Triple P with Trisha. So,
and this is a lot of fun. Like, I enjoy coming in here talking to you guys.
We enjoy. Honestly, I enjoy when you're in the studio with Cody and myself, but I also just enjoy it like as a listener. Like what's going into my ears, I'm learning stuff. I'm getting insights. I'm slapping my forehead and going, "Dope! Why wasn't I doing it that way before?"
And it's just those little reminders. Like, we've got the tools. Most of us, we have these. We just kind of forget about some of these tools that we did. Yeah. And we just need that little refresher.
So much of the best stuff in life, so much of the best seminars I've ever heard, the best audio I've ever listened to, the best books I've ever read are stuff that I I knew that, but it's helping me refocus and come at it from a little different angle and actually put it into practice. So thank you for helping us with that.
No problem.
What do we have this week?
Well, today I'd like to talk about fears and how that kind of affects our kids. Like, we don't want our kids to be fearful, scared of anything. A lot of us look back at our childhood and high school days and we're like, man, if I knew what I know now, I would do a lot of things differently. But fears are common on our kids. Yes, study. Go out for those sports you never did. A lot of things. But fears are a normal part of growing up, and they come and go for our kids at different ages and different stages. And we help our kids learn how to cope with their fears as parents, as caregivers, aunts, uncles, grandparents, anybody who's involved in a child's life. We can assist them and help them to overcome their common fears.
Okay. Here's one. Yesterday, they were watching some cartoons, and the emergency alert system test came up. And I won't say which one, but I had a child run to me.
Aww.
And I could just see the terror in his eyes.
Aww.
And I was like, it's just a test. He's like, how do you know? I was like, I know for two reasons. Number one, they say it's a test. They say, don't be scared. This is just a test. And then also, look out the window. It's beautiful outside. There's no possible way something that is, severe weather is not about to happen. And he's like, I guess you're right. And then he was able to continue. But every time that happens, it's a scary time.
And you're doing great. You're staying calm right there.
Well,
like,
thanks.
Hey, look, it even says it's just a test. So you're cueing him to focus and pay attention. But
good job, Dad.
Those noises are scary for little ears.
It's an alarming noise. I believe it actually is an alarm.
See, basically, they need to watch more obnoxious cartoons, because if you watch the right cartoons, the alert system is less alarming than the actual cartoon.
There's some tough ones out there.
You don't want them desensitized to it.
No, it's true. Good point. He was still sensitive to it.
So that's great, you talking with him and talking through that, because that's the point I wanted to talk about first, is discussing their fears with your kids.
Okay.
So, and it can be all kinds of different things. And these tips today can be used for all ages of kids. As I was thinking about it, I'm like, I can use this with my boys when they start to learn how to drive. Because I have one child who is incredibly interested in driving, and one who is not. So I've discovered he has some fears about driving as I've talked through with him. So
the other one might need a healthy fear put in him about driving.
He's always loved his little Hot Wheels and all of that.
Yeah.
So he's very
now he's got his own Hot Wheels.
So have conversations with your kids.
Yeah.
Don't negate their feelings, because feelings are okay, but just, empathize, get their point of view, and then think about it, and then come up with a strategic plan of okay, how can I help address this with them so that they can face their fears in a gradual, healthy way.
A lot of it's being heard, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it is just them having a chance to voice their fears, have someone listen, hear themselves saying it. And if they're like me, I tend to process verbally.
Many of us do, yes.
Also known as talking before I think sometimes. But
We got to have those safe people to do that. And we want to be those safe people for our
processing verbally?
I'm slowly developing a filter.
Is that
as
what
I get
that
older.
means?
Yes.
That's funny.
That's a euphemism. Yes, yes,
So-
sir, it is.
When we're working with our kids to overcome fears, I challenge you to help them face them gradually, especially if it's a big fear.
Okay.
So tossing them in the pool, sink or swim, in every situation probably won't work.
Right.
Sometimes
right.
it could make it worse. So I challenge you to really think and plan, like, okay, how can I best address
do
this
people
for
actually
their
do that?
needs?
I thought that was a scene from like a TV show.
I don't think so.
That would be horrible.
I don't know.
Don't throw your kids in the pool if they're not ready.
Yeah. So addressing the fears, even if your kid's like spazzing out and they're hiding behind your legs and you know there's nothing to be scared of.
Yeah, right.
And it's frustrating for you as a parent because you're like, come on, just go give grandma a hug already.
You're thinking they're never like this normally, and all of a sudden,
Right.
yeah.
And it catches you off guard.
Yes. I just had that experience a couple nights ago. We had a wonderful young man from Lima, Peru that we've gotten to know, and he was at our home, and little Luke, who's not quite 5, he was hiding in the closet.
Aw.
Bless his heart. And it's just not himself.
Mm-hmm.
And so, compassion, understanding. Hey, buddy, it's okay. Just come into the kitchen. We had to pray to start the meal. Just come in. You can stand behind me at the beginning, and we'll take it slow. You don't have to talk to him right away.
Right.
By the end of the night, he's like, he's so nice.
Awesome.
Yeah. Took some
so
time.
Good.
giving them the freedom to, at certain times, address it in their own timing.
Yes.
That won't always be the case. But there's times when you can do things like that, and that's awesome. So when they do succeed, you praise them.
Yes.
Like, I am
Yes.
so proud of you. You were scared of him when he just got here last night, but you can do this when they're tucking him into bed. Like, by the end, you are really chatty with him. Good job.
You know more of the psychology stuff than me, Trisha, but I don't know if he was scared of him or scared of how he would be seen by him. You know what I mean? There's a lot going on that they don't understand. I don't totally understand, but yeah.
And having strangers come
Yep.
into his house, his safe space.
With a
you
little,
just never really know.
with a little
sometimes.
encouragement, he faced his fear, and it was a wonderful experience.
Great.
I think we can all we all know a little bit about something that we're just totally avoiding because we don't know anything about it.
Yep.
We've all been there. And I think that's probably just the little kid version of doing that.
Taxes.
Yeah.
Just look
Yes.
the other way.
Taxes.
And we probably do it more than we realize as adults.
Yeah.
We're just like, nope, I'm just not going to do that.
Yep.
We just choose to avoid it without thinking and processing anymore. So I challenge you also to help your child face fears for things that they must do. So for myself, reading through this last night, I was like, okay, my son is going to need to drive. I'm going to have to help him overcome this fear of all of a sudden not wanting to drive.
Yes.
So, I was coming up with my plan. I'm like, okay. So he used to sit in the driver's seat when we'd clean the car, but now he won't even do that.
Oh.
I think I'm
You
going
won't
to
even
encourage
sit in the
him.
driver's seat when it's parked?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
So
that
he's
is
at a
my.
point where he doesn't want to be in a car.
Oh, just in the driver's seat. Just
Oh,
in the driver's seat.
Driver's seat.
He loves being in the car.
Okay,
He just
okay.
doesn't want to be in the driver's
Okay.
seat. I
Okay.
think the weight and of the reality of the responsibility of
Yeah.
driving. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm going to be responsible for other people's lives.
Yep. Yep.
That's where he's at, I think. So my first step is going to be like, okay, we're going to clean the car together. You got the driver's side. I got the passenger side. Car won't be moving. It won't be on.
Baby steps.
Baby steps.
See, people make
Yep.
fun of Bill Murray's character from What About Bob, but there is something to baby steps. Take some baby steps. Just get a little bit closer to where you want to get.
So I encourage you just, think about their
Cool.
fears. If you can get them to face it in non-confrontational ways, make it relaxed, make it fun if possible. Get creative. Like with teaching your kids how to ride a bike without training wheels. They're going to crash at some point in time. So if you can reduce their fear of crashing, go for it. So I taught my kids a little backwards, and this was a lot of fun, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
I taught my kids how to crash before I ever taught them how to move.
Oh, that's kind of
on the bike.
interesting.
So we went.
You started with the crashing.
We started with
Like, let's
crashing.
just get this out of the way.
Yep. Let's learn how to safe crash. If you're gonna fall
That's
and you're
kinda
losing
brilliant.
control, go for the grass. So that's what we did for 2 afternoons. My kids had so much fun.
Smart. Crashing.
What a cool
So,
idea. Now
whenever
you can do that now with the car, now that he's driving
No,
it.
I
Start
wouldn't
with the crashing.
So yeah, think creatively, have fun with it, and challenge your kids and praise your kids to overcome their fears and just help them become amazing little people.
So cool.
So I want to share 2 events we have coming up this Monday.
Yes.
I'm really excited. They're both happening in Napanee at the library on Monday night.
Oh, fun.
So we have a seminar coming up called Raising Resilient Children. So again, like falling off your bike, just get back up and try again. And this has to deal with many different life situations, whether it be being scared of storms, death in the family, just encountering feelings and not knowing how to snap back and hop back up out of low spots. It relates to a lot of different things that our kids go through in the young years. So we have a seminar on that. And then we also have a discussion group titled Getting Teenagers to Cooperate.
Oh.
I love that discussion group. It's amazing.
My goodness. That's right before the seminar on curing cancer. And flying without an airplane.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. That sounds like a big thing to take on. But there are ways. There is hope.
There are.
If you feel like you can never get your teens to cooperate, there are ways.
Or maybe there's just one area you're trying and working really hard on and you haven't figured it out. Come for a couple tips.
See, folks, this is one of the reasons we love Triple P here at WFRN. They really do have simple solutions to things that you're facing with your kids. So,
And they're coming out to you. They're getting close to you.
yes, be part of this. Find out more about these events. For instance, the Monday events in Napanee. Find out more at the website tripplePparenting.org.
tripplePElkhart.org.
tripplePElkhart.org. And even if you're from one of the many other WFRN counties or not near Elkhart County, there's resources on there that will bless you, that will help you. But tripplePElkhartcounty.org. And sometimes there's free childcare.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the case Monday?
We do. I say it says check-in starts at 5:45, so childcare is provided for this event.
Boom!
Nice.
Yep, they have activities and crafts and all kinds of goodies.
You guys are on it, as usual. Trisha, thank you so much.
Thanks,
for having
Trisha.
me.
Thank you so much.